Fatty starts the day plotting revenge against whoever locked him into the crawl space. He enlists TJ to make mud, and TJ fucks it up and earns a Ben lecture. TJ confides that Taylor locked him into the crawl space. While Chris is waking everyone with muddy hugs, he stops to lecture her. He tries to say she's not taking the competition seriously enough and isn't wary enough of her competitors. Taylor reminds him that he's only mad at her in the first place because she fucked with him last night and that he's the one who should be feeling unsafe. Last night, Greg was awoken by Chris seething and called him cringe. Greg wakes and greets the audience, as has been his habit each morning. Fatty starts to shout his cannabis podcast from the living room, drowning Greg out. A TTS tells Fatty, "Chris, have you ever thought of asking Greg to be your mentor? You could learn a lot from him if you shut the fuck up." And Fatty goes to sleep. Greg comments that he wishes the finalists could make it through the end of the show without conflict. Once the other fish get up for the day, Oliver starts a sentence with,
"Do you guys feel like doing a prank on?"
Yes.
I was thinking like just water and then grits.
Shinji, Taylor, and Oliver assemble a bucket of water, dish soap, oil, grits, mussels, and blue paint, and Taylor dumps it on Chris. In an attempt to chase Chris from the show for good, Taylor dumps protein powder on him as he steps out of the shower. He announces he wants to leave because he believes they splashed him with urine. The fish fear he will not seriously leave, so they create fake urine using yellow liquid and fart spray. After Oliver secretly tells Shinji to use the fake piss against Taylor, in a bold experimental strategic move, Taylor gives Shinji the jar and instructs him on how she wants him to use it. He almost pours it on her. They delay and mill around until they notice Chris is crying. Shinji returns to TJ and complains that Taylor is roping him into schemes he feels bad about. Taylor enters later and says she is conflicted because she pities him, but Chris is an obstacle. She later pours the fake piss down the drain. Miscellanea of the afternoon, Oliver is enlisted to round up all the loose cigarettes in the house. I guess he's mostly coping, but Fatty returns from a basement visit to congratulate Tay on going viral, then tells Greg to be more active for the fans and complains that he has been cast as a dickhead this season. Greg receives his first Pay Greg fish toy, where viewers can send him $100 with production taking no cut. TJ continues to paint. His goal is to convert the Initiative Group logo into something that represents love and life. He talks about how he hasn't done the workouts he was assigned because of a rib injury. He first mentioned his ribs after the fight with Jimmy. The prevailing theory is that Jimmy exacerbated an existing injury, or else it was caused when the judge landed on the fighters. He says the pain is seriously bothering him. It hurts him to bend, and later, to breathe. TJ worries that someone will mess up his art and enlists Shinji to guard it for him. Trish warns him that Tay has received a TTS suggesting she destroy the painting, and he asserts that he will simply paint it again because she is a force of destruction and he is a force of love. Scott arrives, and production sets up a beach in the living room. Greg will be the lifeguard to enforce rules like no swearing and no roughhousing, and Chris must be his subordinate enforcer. The others are instructed to break Greg's rules in a funny way. The fish play volleyball, while TJ calls Jet aside and says he now has a great deal of pain in his rib. Jet agrees to bring a medic to check him out and takes TJ to the basement. The TTS begins to let the fish know that the website is indicating TJ has been eliminated.
It's true, but you gotta...
R.I.P. TJ.
Is he really gone? I think so.
Seems like it.
R.I.P. TJ. Died too early. Fellas, can we get a moment of silence for a fallen American hero?
A trap. I took my time. I was extra careful. Everything was fine. And free TNT's always nice. I got a couple emeralds and assorted bones. No diamonds or anything, but it was definitely worth my time.
The fish quit the beach LARP, wondering what happened to TJ, and received shirts branded with their faces. Shinji's is a misprint with Jimmy's face on the back for some reason. The sliding door is opened for the first time.
I know I'm wobbling a little.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Fuck! The outside world! Oh!
What is that?
What is this?
Is that
A mystery package.
Oh. Is that...
What the fuck?
It's moving.
Happy birthday, man.
Wait, oh. Hey, stop. Shouldn't you think teacher's in there?
Undertaker vibes.
Hey.
Oh, Chris, no! Chris, no!
There's just a person in there.
Is there?
Hey!
I knew they wouldn't do my boy like that! Hey!
Here's Return from the Dead!
Do you want to tell everybody what's going on with you?
You're
Maybe address the audience?
2 shot.
I've got a cracked rib. And it hurts a lot. It's being on drugs to make it not pain.
TJ will be on ibuprofen and needs to avoid physical activity. Oliver is appointed as TJ's second to compete in all physical competitions, including eliminations, on TJ's behalf. TJ agrees to pay him $1,000 a day for this. The fish return to the beach to compete in challenges, including sea turtle straw collecting. Greg gets impressively drunk and is asked to lay down the law on the fish who are breaking the beach rules. Tay only agrees to wear her sunglasses if Greg stops drinking. Oliver says Greg broke his glasses, takes Greg's glasses, and tells him to punish himself.
He was doing some real demons to me, bro.
Where are your glasses?
I gave them away to Oliver.
Getting windy
Oliver, where are your glasses? Where's your glasses at? I gave them to you. Put them on. I gave them to you. Put on your glasses. Put on your glasses. You punish yourself for having no glasses. Punish yourself for having no glasses. Punish yourself. Put on your glasses. They're on. Put on your glasses. Punish yourself for having no glasses. You now. Have glasses. Put them on. I got them on. Put on your glasses. Put on your glasses. Punish yourself. Put on your glasses. They're on. I'm gonna drop kick you, bro. Punish yourself.
The theft challenge is next. Shinji, Taylor, and TJ must agree on which of them will lose $4,000 to be distributed to the other two. Their initial logic is to steal from whoever has the most prize money. Shinji admits he doesn't feel confident that he will win, so compared to the full prize money, $2,000 means more to him. Shinji asks to go downstairs. Evidently, he is so opposed to taking Taylor's money at this point that he would prefer to go home. In the bunk, Shinji says he has been giving up on challenges because he can't focus and is tired. The judge says they weeded out early contestants who were not interesting to watch, and that the social barrier that Shinji faced at the start will be replaced with challenges he will be competent at. Shinji feels himself falling behind the other two fish. The judge tells him Tay will unwind because she is getting ahead of herself and becoming cringe, and TJ is not as consistent and falls behind. TJ tells him that even though it's not strategic of him to say, Shinji should stick it out until he is eliminated or wins. He says he would prefer if Shinji won over Taylor and doesn't want Shinji to give up with only 6 days left. They agree to steal Taylor's money in the theft challenge. Shinji decides to stay, and at the end of the pep talk, he checks the time on Jimmy's watch.
Oh, 3, 2, 1. We have 5 days.
Oliver, Trish, TJ, and Shinji agree to dogpile on Taylor, uniting against her apparent lead and her all-out tactics. Jet introduces the original soundtrack to The Fish, composed by Green Sahara, and they vibe out while Taylor showers. Oliver warns Shinji to use Frank's ultimate weapon, the worms, if necessary. Just before bed, TJ tells Tay that they agreed to take the $4,000 from her. She argues that Shinji has too many endorsements and is the actual strongest fish, not her. He says he did it mostly because she crippled him during the last elimination. Shinji listens to the TTS from the hallway and says he will wait to throw worms on Tay since she may become even more on edge. In confessional, TJ says Tay can go fuck herself because she's betrayed his offers of friendship too many times.
Taylor can go fuck herself. She accused me of being a pervert. She's betrayed me. I tried to be her friend so much during this entire show.
He says he is prioritizing life and love, and Tay is prioritizing death and destruction. He says she is prioritizing strategy over people, like when she hassled Chris. He also says she didn't go to Shinji when he was quitting. In actual fact, she tried to check before TJ, but Vance told her to leave. Over her 2 a.m. dinner, Taylor makes light conversation with Shinji. They agree that they can't be competitive all the time and need to turn it off once in a while. They talk themselves to exhaustion about life outside the tank.